The alien princess stood uncovered when I arrived. Her surprise said it all. Alex had always loved the stars. Even as a child, he would spend hours staring at the night sky, imagining himself traveling to worlds no human had ever seen. His father had called it a silly dream, but Alex had never cared. Now, years later, he was not just dreaming, he was living it. As a skilled engineer and pilot for the Galactic Exploration Alliance, he had seen more planets than he could count, fixed more ships than most mechanics could imagine, and solved problems that often seemed impossible. On this particular day, Alex was in his small but tidy quarters aboard the research station orbiting the neutral planet Verlia. He had just finished repairing a minor coolant leak in the station's outer dome when a sharp chime echoed through the room. He glanced at the display, expecting a routine communication from his supervisor or a supply request from another station, but the incoming transmission surprised him. "Alex Mercer," the voice was formal, yet tinged with urgency. "Yes, this is Alex." "Who is this?" He leaned closer to the console. "This is High Chancellor Ralvik of the Galactic Council. We have a mission for you. Your skills are needed on the planet Zerathia. A high-ranking member of the Zerathian royal family requires immediate assistance. Your arrival is expected within the next standard cycle. Travel arrangements have been made. Your ship is ready for launch." Alex blinked. He had heard rumors about Zerathia but had never been there. It was a distant planet, shrouded in mystery, known for its advanced energy systems and natural wonders. A royal request was rare. Humans rarely received personal invitations to alien courts. He felt a thrill of excitement. I understand. I'll prepare for immediate departure." The transmission ended. Alex leaned back, taking a deep breath. His mind raced with questions. What kind of assistance could a royal family need from a human engineer? Was it a problem with their technology or something more personal? He shook his head. There was no time for speculation. Space travel required focus, precision, and readiness. Within the hour, Alex was aboard his sleek ship, the Starling. He double-checked the engine calibrations, the navigation systems, and the fuel cells. The Starling was fast, durable, and reliable, everything he needed for the long journey to Zerathia. As the engines hummed to life and the ship lifted off from Verlia's surface, Alex allowed himself a moment to look back at the planet. It looked peaceful, serene, and untroubled. A stark contrast to the unknown waiting for him. The journey through space was long but not dull. Alex kept himself busy by running diagnostic checks and reviewing data about Zerathia. The planet's surface was known for its glowing forests, floating water streams, and energy nodes that powered entire cities without any visible fuel source. Its inhabitants, the Zerathians, were tall and elegant, with shimmering skin that reflected the colors of their environment. Their technology was advanced, but Alex knew from experience that even the most sophisticated systems had flaws. And that was where humans often excelled, seeing problems in a way no one else could. During one of the long hours in hyperspace, Alex allowed himself to relax. He leaned back in his seat, watching the stars blur into streaks of light. His thoughts wandered to the mission ahead. He had no idea what awaited him on Zerathia, but something about the urgency of the message made him feel that this was no ordinary request. Whatever the task was, it required human ingenuity, quick thinking, and perhaps a calm presence in a world that might not understand him. After what felt like an eternity of stars and silence, the ship's sensors picked up Zerathia. The planet was breathtaking. From orbit, Alex could see vast cities that glowed faintly under the planet's sky, forests that sparkled with energy-infused plants, and rivers that shimmered like liquid light. It was a world alive with motion and color, unlike anything he had ever seen. The landing zone was near the Royal Palace, a structure that seemed to grow naturally from the surrounding land. Its towers curved elegantly, blending seamlessly with the environment, and its surfaces shimmered like liquid crystal. Drones guided Alex's ship to a safe docking area, where automated systems began unloading supplies and preparing for his arrival. Alex stepped out of the ship, feeling the planet's gentle energy hum beneath his feet. He noticed the air was crisp and fresh, carrying a subtle fragrance from the nearby flora. Even the gravity felt slightly different, lighter, almost like he could float with ease if he wanted to. He took a deep breath, centering himself. This was the moment he had always imagined, a human standing on an alien world, walking where few had ever walked before. "Welcome, Alex Mercer," a calm, melodic voice said behind him. He turned to see a small, hovering drone approaching, its lights blinking in a friendly pattern. "I am your guide. Please follow me to the palace." Alex followed the drone through winding paths, past glowing gardens and shimmering ponds. Everywhere he looked, he saw evidence of careful design and intelligence, yet it felt natural rather than mechanical. It was as if the planet itself was alive, observing him with curiosity. Finally, they reached the entrance to the palace. The doors were massive, made of a material that seemed both solid and liquid at the same time. As they opened, Alex felt a sense of awe. The interior was filled with light, gently flowing from the walls and floors. The air was filled with a soft hum as if the palace itself was breathing. "Please proceed," the drone said, hovering near a set of stairs that led to a large chamber. "The princess awaits you." Alex's heart skipped a beat. The princess awaited him. He had expected to meet advisors, engineers, or officials, but a royal audience this personal was unexpected. He took a steadying breath and walked forward, wondering what kind of person awaited him. Would she be stern and formal or kind and curious? As he entered the chamber, he froze for a moment. There she was, Princess Leora. She was unlike any being he had ever encountered. Her figure was graceful, her presence commanding yet gentle. Her hair, or what he assumed was hair, glimmered with soft colors that changed subtly as she moved. Her eyes were large and expressive, filled with a mixture of surprise and curiosity. She was clearly not expecting him at that moment. Alex noticed her expression, a delicate blend of astonishment, and something else he could not name. She had been absorbed in her work, arranging delicate instruments on a floating console, and now she stared at him as if seeing a human for the first time. "I didn't expect you to arrive so soon," she said softly, her voice like a melody. Alex noticed her tone was neither fearful nor unfriendly, just genuinely surprised. I was told my assistance was needed immediately," Alex replied, trying to sound confident even though his mind was racing. He studied her more carefully, noting the careful precision with which she worked, the elegance in her posture, and the subtle way she adjusted her instruments with a gentle touch. She was brilliant, clearly used to handling complex technology and delicate matters with ease. Leora tilted her head slightly, as if studying him in return. "Your reputation precedes you, human. I have heard of your skills and your cleverness. Come closer. I believe we have much to discuss." Alex stepped forward, trying to hide the nervous excitement that buzzed in his chest. As he approached, he noticed the intricate designs etched into the palace walls, lines of energy flowing like rivers, glowing softly. He realized that this palace, and perhaps the entire planet, was a testament to ingenuity, much like the human spirit he carried within him. For the first time, Alex understood the significance of his presence here. He was not just an engineer, not just a pilot. He was a representative of humanity, carrying ideas, creativity, and adaptability into a world that might have forgotten the value of perspective from the outside. As he and Leora began to talk, he learned that the princess had been struggling with a complex project, a system meant to enhance the planet's energy network while maintaining its natural balance. She had perfected the theory, but struggled with practical implementation. Alex could see immediately where small adjustments might make a significant difference. Their conversation flowed easily, full of curiosity and mutual respect. Leora asked questions about human technology, Alex shared insights about problem-solving and experimentation, and together they began to explore possibilities neither had considered alone. Hours passed unnoticed. Outside, the light of Zarathia shifted with the movement of the sun-like star, casting new shades of color across the palace. Inside, Alex and Leora worked side by side, minds connected by a shared love of creation and discovery. He realized that this mission was more than a request for help. It was an opportunity to bridge worlds, to show that human ingenuity could complement alien brilliance. As the first day drew to a close, Alex felt a sense of accomplishment and anticipation. He had arrived uncertain, not knowing what awaited him. Now he understood that this encounter with Princess Leora was the beginning of something extraordinary. Their combined skills, curiosity, and trust could accomplish what neither could achieve alone. Alex paused by the chamber window, looking out at the glowing forests and shimmering rivers of Zarathia. He felt a deep connection to this world, not as an outsider, but as a participant in its story. And in that moment, he knew that whatever challenges lay ahead, He would face them with courage, creativity, and the quiet confidence that humanity could shine anywhere, even among the stars. The adventure had begun, and Alex Mercer was ready to step fully into it. The next morning, Alex woke to the soft glow of Zarathia's twin suns filtering through the translucent walls of his temporary quarters. The palace hummed quietly around him, alive with energy that seemed to pulse in rhythm with the planet itself. He stretched, feeling the subtle lightness in his steps, and reminded himself that today would be the day he would meet Princess Leora again. The thought made him both nervous and excited. By the time he arrived at the chamber where Leora worked, he found her already there. She was adjusting a series of floating instruments, each glowing softly in shades of blue and green. She looked up as he entered and smiled, a small, warm curve of her lips that made Alex's chest tighten slightly. "Good morning, Alex," she said, her voice calm and melodic. "I trust your rest was adequate." "Very well, thank you," Alex replied, trying not to let the excitement show in his voice. "And yourself?" "I rarely sleep the way humans do," she admitted. "The energy of this place keeps me awake at times, and I have much to consider." She gestured to the instruments around her. "You will find my work complicated, but I believe your perspective may simplify what I cannot see alone." Alex moved closer, observing the delicate machinery. Floating panels hovered in midair, displaying streams of light that seemed to pulse with energy. Tiny drones flitted back and forth, adjusting readings and recording measurements. He nodded thoughtfully. "You've done remarkable work," he said, "but I think I can help you make some small adjustments to improve efficiency." "Nothing drastic, just human logic applied to complex systems." Leora's eyes brightened. "Then let us begin. Show me what you think." For the next few hours, Alex studied her instruments and diagrams. He pointed out subtle tweaks in the alignment of energy conduits, minor recalibrations that could balance the power flow more evenly, and ways to prevent energy loss during peak activity periods. Leora listened carefully, asking questions with genuine curiosity. "It is fascinating," she said finally. "Humans see the world differently. Your solutions are elegant in their simplicity, yet powerful in effect. I wish more of my people could think in such ways." Alex smiled, feeling both proud and humbled. "Sometimes the simplest ideas are the best. Humans have survived by adapting and improvising. Perhaps your world could benefit from a little of that approach." Their conversation soon moved beyond the technical. Leora asked about Alex's life, his experiences on other planets, and the challenges he had faced as a human in the wider galaxy. He told her stories of repairs on icy moons, navigating asteroid fields, and helping alien species solve problems that had stumped their own engineers. She listened intently, fascinated by his creativity and resourcefulness. "You are unlike any human I have heard of," she said softly. "Most are cautious, bound by rules and fear of the unknown. You embrace it." Alex laughed lightly. "I wouldn't call it bravery. It's more like curiosity. I like to see what works, what doesn't, and how problems can be solved. That curiosity keeps me alive out there." Leora's expression softened, and for a moment Alex felt as if she could see straight into his thoughts. "Curiosity," she repeated. "It is a trait I admire greatly. It is rare here. Many of my people fear change, even when it is necessary for growth. Perhaps this is why your perspective is so valuable." As the morning turned into afternoon, they moved from the instruments to a large observation window overlooking the city. From above, Alex could see the floating gardens, glowing rivers, and crystalline structures that made Zarathia feel alive. Leora leaned beside him, her hand brushing against his accidentally. Both paused, then continued, neither speaking but each aware of the subtle connection forming between them. "I came to this world expecting to find a technical problem," Alex said, his voice quiet. "I did not expect to find someone like you." Leora's eyes widened slightly and she looked away, adjusting a floating panel. "I am honored," she said. "But you must remember, Alex, I am a princess first. My duty is to my people, not myself." "I understand," he replied, "but even a princess can benefit from help. You don't have to carry everything alone." For a while, they worked together in silence, making small adjustments and observing the results. Alex was impressed by Leora's intelligence and attention to detail, while she marveled at his innovative solutions. Every improvement they made seemed to enhance the harmony of the city outside, and the energy systems hummed more efficiently. Later, Leora led Alex to the palace gardens. The air was fragrant with alien flowers, their petals shimmering like liquid glass. Small creatures with translucent wings flitted among the plants, creating trails of light as they moved. Alex marveled at the beauty around him, feeling more connected to the planet than he had ever imagined possible. "This is where I come when I need clarity," Leora explained, gesturing to a quiet pool of water that reflected the twin suns above. "Here I can think without distraction. Here I can plan for my people without fear of judgment." Alex nodded, understanding. "It's peaceful. I can see why you would come here, and it helps you see solutions clearly, doesn't it?" "Yes," she admitted. "But today I see more than solutions. I see potential for collaboration, for new ideas, for understanding between our worlds." Alex smiled. "Then we are both lucky. I learn from you and you learn from me. That is how progress happens." As the afternoon faded into evening, Leora suggested they test one of the new energy conduits together. They returned to her chamber, working side by side as the system powered up. Streams of light flowed through the conduits, perfectly balanced, responding to their combined adjustments. Alex watched in amazement as the energy pulsed in harmony with the planet itself. "It's perfect," Leora whispered, stepping back. "You have done this with me, yet your input has made it far better than I imagined." Alex shook his head. "It was our effort, not just mine. I only contributed ideas. You built the foundation." Leora's eyes softened, and for a moment she regarded him with a quiet admiration that made his heart skip a beat. "Perhaps that is what makes humans remarkable," she said. "You work together, you trust, and you adapt. It is a trait I wish we emphasized more here." Their moment was interrupted by a gentle chime from the palace system. A message appeared, showing a holographic outline of the city's central energy hub. Leora frowned. "This is unusual. There is a minor fluctuation in the energy field near the central district. It is not dangerous, but it may cause minor disruptions if left unchecked." Alex stepped forward, scanning the holographic display. "I can help. It's a small calibration issue, I think. Nothing your system cannot handle with the right adjustments." Together, they worked to analyze the energy flow, tracing the fluctuations to a set of conduits buried deep beneath the city. Alex suggested a few human-inspired solutions, slight modifications that would not disrupt the delicate balance of the alien technology. Leora followed his instructions with precision, and within an hour the readings stabilized completely. "You did it," Leora said, her voice filled with genuine awe. "You solved it, and so quickly. My people would have taken days to find this solution." Alex shrugged modestly. "Sometimes it just takes a different perspective, that's all." Leora studied him for a moment, her expression unreadable, then smiled. "You are more than just a human, Alex Mercer. You are a mind capable of seeing what others cannot. I am grateful you are here." The sun had set, casting a gentle glow across the palace. Alex felt a sense of accomplishment, but more than that, he felt a growing connection to Leora. She was not just a princess or a brilliant mind. She was curious, kind, and willing to trust him in ways few beings would. He realized that their partnership was building not only progress for Zarathia, but also mutual respect, understanding, and perhaps something more profound. As the evening drew on, Leora guided Alex to a balcony overlooking the glowing city. Lights shimmered like stars, flowing through streets and gardens in harmony with the planet's energy. The sight was breathtaking, and Alex felt a deep sense of wonder. "This world is incredible," he said softly. "And you make it even more remarkable." Leora looked at him, her eyes reflecting the city's glow. "And you make it brighter. Perhaps humans have more to offer than I ever imagined. Perhaps together we can achieve more than either of us could alone." Alex nodded, feeling a quiet warmth in his chest. He realized that this was only the beginning. Zarathia had challenges, complexities, and mysteries, but with Leora's brilliance and his own human ingenuity, they could face them together. For the first time in his life, Alex felt that he was not just visiting a new world. He was becoming part of it, learning its rhythms, its wonders, and its potential. And he knew that tomorrow would bring new discoveries, new challenges, and new moments that would strengthen their connection and change both their worlds forever. As he retired to his quarters, Alex felt a quiet thrill. He had come expecting a mission, but he had found a friendship, a partnership, and a glimpse of something extraordinary. Zarathia was more than a planet. It was a chance to show that humanity's creativity, adaptability, and curiosity could shine even in the most alien of worlds. And in the quiet hum of the palace, Alex knew that the adventure had only just begun. The morning sun spilled its golden light across Zerathia, and Alex awoke to the gentle hum of the palace's energy systems. He stretched, feeling the lightness of gravity beneath his feet, and reminded himself that today might be even more challenging than yesterday. Princess Leora had invited him to accompany her beyond the palace for the first time, to see the city, the energy hubs, and the floating gardens she cherished. The thought thrilled him. When he arrived at the chamber, Leora was already waiting. She looked radiant, her skin reflecting soft shades of the morning light, and her hair shimmered like liquid crystal. She smiled at him, a mixture of warmth and quiet determination. "Good morning, Alex," she said. "Today I want to show you what Zerathia truly is. Not just the palace, but the city, the forests, the streams that hold our power. You will see why my work is so important." Alex nodded. "I'm ready," he replied. "I want to understand everything to see how I can help." They exited the palace together. The city sprawled below them, a network of glowing structures connected by flowing streams of energy. Floating walkways curved gracefully through the air, lined with plants that glimmered in soft colors. Alex marveled at the sight. Zerathia was alive, vibrant, and elegant, yet there was a sense of order and balance that spoke to Leora's careful planning. "This city is more than it appears," Leora explained as they walked along a glowing bridge. "Our energy systems sustain life, power homes, and even control the weather to maintain balance. But it is delicate. A single misalignment could cause minor disruptions, or worse, waste valuable energy." Alex studied the city with keen eyes. "It's amazing," he said. "The way energy flows here is alive, almost like the city itself is breathing." "Exactly," Leora replied. "And that is why I need help. Sometimes, even with my knowledge and the best technology, my people cannot see the simplest solutions. That is where humans can make a difference." As they approached one of the central energy hubs, a small disturbance caught Alex's attention. The energy streams wavered slightly, a subtle flicker that could indicate inefficiency. "Look," he said, pointing. "That conduit isn't perfectly aligned. It's minor, but it could create problems if left unchecked." Leora observed closely, her eyes narrowing. "You are correct. I had not noticed. Let us fix it." Together, they adjusted the conduit, combining Leora's advanced alien technology with Alex's practical human approach. The energy stream stabilized, flowing smoothly once again. Leora smiled, a quiet pride in her expression. "You have a talent for seeing what others cannot," she said softly. "It is rare here. Your presence is valuable." Alex felt a warm sense of satisfaction. "I'm just glad I can help." Their walk continued through the city. Alex noticed subtle differences in the way Zerathians interacted with their environment. Buildings seemed to grow naturally from the ground, powered by energy rather than fuel. Parks glowed softly at night, and rivers of light flowed between them, connecting the city like a living organism. "This is incredible," he said, unable to hide his amazement. "Your people have built something beyond imagination." Leora laughed softly. "We have tried, but it is far from perfect. That is why I invited you. Sometimes it takes an outsider to see the flaws we overlook." They reached the edge of the city where the forest began. Trees glowed faintly, their leaves shimmering in colors Alex had never seen. Streams of energy flowed between the roots, feeding the land and connecting to the city's systems. Leora knelt to touch a glowing leaf, her fingers tracing the energy patterns. "This forest is alive," she said. "It sustains our city. Without balance here, the city cannot thrive. And maintaining that balance is my responsibility." Alex crouched beside her, fascinated. "It's amazing how it all connects. Humans would never think of energy like this. We usually separate nature and technology, but here it's one." Leora nodded. "That is our philosophy. But it is fragile. Even the smallest miscalculation can disrupt harmony. That is why I study constantly, adjust systems, and sometimes seek help." As they walked deeper into the forest, Alex noticed that Leora's demeanor changed slightly. She became quieter, thoughtful, almost contemplative. It was clear that the weight of her responsibilities pressed upon her, even in such a beautiful place. "You carry a heavy burden," Alex said gently. "I can see it in the way you move, in the way you speak." "You want to do everything perfectly," Leora smiled faintly. "I do. My people rely on me. I cannot allow mistakes, but sometimes I wish I could see things as clearly as you do. Humans seem to find solutions in ways we do not." Alex hesitated, then said, "Perhaps that is the beauty of being human. We make mistakes, yes, but we adapt. We try again and we find new ways to solve problems. You do the same, but in your own way. Together, we can cover more ground." Her eyes met his, and Alex sensed a trust forming between them. It was subtle, unspoken, yet powerful. They shared a bond through problem-solving, curiosity, and the simple joy of discovery. Suddenly, a small disturbance in the forest caught their attention. A stream of energy wavered near a cluster of glowing trees. Alex knelt and observed. "It's minor," he said, "but this conduit is slightly misaligned. If we adjust it, the energy will flow better into the city." Leora nodded, impressed. "Then let us do it together." For the next hour, they carefully realigned the conduit. Alex suggested slight angles and placements, while Leora adjusted energy calibrations. The stream stabilized, glowing brighter than before, and a soft hum filled the forest, a sign that balance had been restored. "You did it," Leora said softly. "Once again, your perspective has improved what I had already perfected." Alex smiled. "It's teamwork, nothing else." As they stood, admiring the forest, Leora asked, "Alex, do you ever wonder why humans are different? Why you see solutions we overlook?" Alex considered the question. "I think it's curiosity. Humans explore, question, and experiment constantly. We learn from failure. Maybe that's why we notice things others miss, or maybe it's just the way we think." Leora nodded thoughtfully. "It is a rare gift, one I am grateful to witness." The sun began to set, casting golden light through the glowing forest. Leora led Alex to a small clearing where a pool of water reflected the sky. The surface shimmered like liquid glass, showing the twin suns and the distant city lights. "This is my favorite place," she said. "When I feel burdened, I come here. The world slows and I can think clearly." Alex knelt beside her, gazing at the reflection. "It's beautiful. I can see why you come here, and it helps you see solutions clearly, doesn't it?" "Yes," she admitted. "But today I see more than solutions. I see potential for cooperation, for understanding between our worlds, and I see friendship." Alex felt a warmth in his chest. "Then we are lucky. I learn from you and you learn from me. That is how progress happens." As twilight settled over Zarathia, they returned to the palace. Along the way, Leora explained the history of the energy systems, the delicate balance between the city and the environment, and her vision for a future where humans and Zarathians might work together more closely. Alex listened, fascinated. He realized that this mission was about far more than fixing conduits or calibrating systems. It was about building bridges between species, ideas, and understanding. And through it all, he began to understand Leora not just as a princess or a scientist, but as a person. Someone who cared deeply, thought deeply, and trusted enough to let a human into her world. Back in the palace, they spent the evening analyzing data from the city, adjusting systems, and planning improvements. Leora's assistants, impressed by Alex's suggestions, began to look at him with curiosity and respect. Slowly, he realized that humans might have a role to play here, not just as guests, but as partners. By the time night fell, Alex felt exhausted but exhilarated. Zarathia had revealed itself not only as a world of glowing cities and energy streams, but as a place where trust, collaboration, and shared curiosity could create real change. Leora had shown him the delicate beauty of her planet and the weight of her responsibilities, and he had begun to see how his own abilities could contribute to something far greater than himself. As he returned to his quarters, he paused and looked out the window at the glowing city below. He felt a deep sense of purpose and excitement. This was only the beginning. Tomorrow would bring new discoveries, new challenges, and new moments to strengthen their partnership. Together, they could achieve things neither could accomplish alone. And in the quiet hum of the palace, Alex realized that the adventure was far from over. Zarathia had secrets yet to reveal, problems yet to solve, and wonders yet to share. With Leora by his side, he felt ready for anything, knowing that humanity's ingenuity and curiosity could shine brightly, even on a world as extraordinary as this. The morning light on Zarathia was softer than usual, as if the planet itself was taking a deep, slow breath. Alex awoke with a sense of purpose. Today, Leora had promised to show him something even more important than the palace or the city, the ancient energy archives hidden deep within the planet's core. He had no idea what to expect, but the thrill of exploration filled him with excitement. He met Leora in the palace courtyard. She looked focused, determined, and yet there was a spark of anticipation in her eyes that made Alex smile. "Are you ready for something different?" she asked. "I've never been more ready," Alex replied, checking his equipment. Even though he trusted Leora completely, he knew that traveling deep into a planet could present unexpected challenges. "Good," she said, gesturing to a sleek floating transport pod. "These archives are ancient and sensitive. I need your perspective. Humans often see patterns that we overlook." Alex nodded, impressed by her confidence in him. As they entered the pod, it rose silently into the air, gliding smoothly toward a section of the city that looked ordinary on the surface, but concealed a hidden gateway beneath the glowing gardens. Leora entered a sequence on a holographic panel, and the ground shimmered, revealing a spiraling staircase descending deep underground. "This will take us to the archives," Leora explained. "Few have been here in centuries. It is a place of knowledge and of discovery. You must be careful, but do not hesitate to ask questions." The pod descended into the stairwell, the walls glowing softly, illuminating symbols and inscriptions that Alex could only guess at. He felt a sense of awe. Even in his travels, he had never seen technology so intertwined with culture, history, and artistry. Every surface was alive with energy, yet every detail served a purpose. As they reached the bottom, the chamber opened into a vast hall filled with floating orbs of light, data streams suspended in midair like miniature galaxies. Ancient energy conduits ran along the walls, glowing faintly, as if the planet itself was breathing through them. "This is incredible," Alex whispered. "I've never seen anything like it." Leora smiled softly. "It is the heart of Zarathia's knowledge. Here we preserve our discoveries, our technologies, and our history. Few humans have had the privilege to enter." Alex moved carefully through the chamber, marveling at the energy streams and floating archives. "How do you even begin to understand all of this?" he asked. "Through study, observation, and patience," Leora replied, "and sometimes by seeing things from a fresh perspective. That is why you are here. Humans can think differently. You can spot patterns we miss." As they approached a central energy orb, Leora gestured for Alex to assist. The orb contained a simulation of the city's energy grid, highlighting areas of efficiency and imbalance. Alex noticed immediately a subtle fluctuation in one section of the network. "This conduit here," he said, pointing. "It's slightly unstable, minor, but if left, it could reduce efficiency across the city." Leora examined his observation carefully. "You are correct," she said. "Most of our engineers would overlook this. Your eyes are precise. Let us adjust it." Together, they made careful recalibrations. Alex suggested minor alignments and Leora adjusted energy frequencies. Slowly, the fluctuation disappeared, replaced by a smooth, glowing flow of energy. "It's perfect," Leora said softly. "Your understanding has improved something we thought flawless." Alex felt a quiet satisfaction. "It's teamwork. We each have skills that complement the other." Their work continued for hours. Leora showed him ancient designs, experimental devices, and energy patterns that had never been implemented. Alex asked questions, offered suggestions, and observed the intricate logic behind the designs. Leora's respect for his insights was evident, and Alex realized that their collaboration was more than technical, it was intellectual and personal. At one point, Leora paused and looked at him. "Alex, there is something I want to show you," she said, leading him to a smaller chamber. Inside was a holographic map of Zarathia and its surrounding planets. Lines of energy connected the planets in ways Alex could barely comprehend. "This network is more than our city," Leora explained. "It is connected to neighboring systems, ensuring balance and stability, but it is fragile. Even the smallest misalignment could ripple outward, causing disruptions beyond our control." Alex studied the map. "That is impressive and delicate. I can see why your work is so important, but also why human creativity might be helpful. Sometimes solutions come from seeing connections others don't." Leora nodded, her eyes thoughtful. "Exactly, that is why you are here. Your perspective is a gift." As they explored the archives further, Leora revealed the history of her people's energy systems. They had been innovators, explorers, and scientists for generations, yet tradition often limited them. Humans, she explained, had a freedom in thought that Zarathians sometimes lacked. Alex listened, fascinated as she spoke of centuries of discovery, failure, and triumph. "Humans learn by trial and error," Leora said softly. "We learn by precision and preservation." Together, these methods can create something extraordinary. Alex smiled. It's amazing to hear, and I'm glad I can contribute in some way. Hours passed, and the light of the twin suns above faded, replaced by the gentle glow of Zarathia's night systems. Leora and Alex continued to work in the archives, making adjustments, noting ideas, and planning improvements for the city. Their partnership had grown strong, built on trust, respect, and shared curiosity. At one point, Leora paused, looking at Alex with a mixture of admiration and something softer. "You are unlike anyone I have met," she said. "Humans have a resilience, a creativity, and a kindness that is rare here. I am glad you are with me." Alex felt a warmth in his chest. "Thank you, Leora. I feel the same. Your world is incredible, and you make it even more extraordinary." They continued their work until the archives indicated a minor anomaly in a distant sector of the city. A conduit powering a floating garden showed slight instability. Leora looked concerned. "Should we investigate?" Alex asked. "Yes," Leora said. "It may be minor, but small problems can grow if left unattended. We must ensure balance." They returned to the surface and moved toward the sector in question. As they arrived, Alex noticed the subtle fluctuation in the energy stream. It was small, almost imperceptible, but he knew it could have consequences if ignored. Together, they worked to adjust the conduit. Alex suggested slight human-inspired changes in alignment, while Leora recalibrated energy frequencies. Slowly, the garden's glow intensified, and the streams of light flowed evenly once again. "You did it," Leora said softly, smiling. "Your perspective has improved what we thought flawless. I am grateful." Alex shrugged modestly. "It's teamwork, nothing else." As they walked back to the palace, the night sky glittering above, Leora spoke of her hopes for the future. "Alex, humans have so much to offer. Curiosity, adaptability, even compassion. You remind me that progress is not only about precision, but also about openness. Perhaps this is how our worlds can grow together." Alex smiled. "And perhaps Zarathia is teaching me too. To see balance, beauty, and connection in ways I never imagined." By the time they returned to the palace, a quiet understanding had formed between them. Their work had not only improved the city's systems, but had also strengthened a partnership built on trust, mutual respect, and shared curiosity. Alex realized that Leora was more than a brilliant scientist and princess. She was a mind capable of seeing both the grand patterns and the smallest details, a leader who trusted him enough to share her world and her challenges. That night, Alex stood by his quarters, gazing out at the glowing city. The energy flowed like a living organism, humming in harmony with the planet and the people who cared for it. He felt a deep connection to Zarathia, to its wonders, and to Leora. Together, they had solved problems, uncovered patterns, and glimpsed a future where humans and Zarathians could achieve extraordinary things. And in the quiet hum of the palace, Alex knew that the adventure was far from over. Tomorrow would bring new discoveries, new challenges, and new opportunities to deepen their bond and expand their collaboration. Zarathia was full of secrets, and with Leora at his side, he was ready to uncover every one of them. The sun rose over Zarathia in soft golden light, spilling across the city and the surrounding forests. Alex awoke with a sense of excitement and anticipation. Today was not just another day of exploration or problem-solving. It was the day he and Leora would demonstrate the improvements they had made together to the people of the city. The demonstration would show the harmony between human ingenuity and Zarathian technology, and it could shape the future of their collaboration. He met Leora in the palace courtyard. She was already reviewing the final plans for the city's central energy demonstration, her expression focused but calm. The palace staff buzzed quietly around them, preparing for the event, while citizens gathered on the floating walkways, curious and eager to witness the outcome. "Are you ready, Alex?" Leora asked, a small smile tugging at her lips. "I've never been more ready," Alex replied. "Let's show them what we can do together," Leora nodded. "Then let us proceed." They moved to the central hub, a vast plaza where the city's main energy systems converged. The plaza was alive with light, colors shifting and pulsing as the energy flowed through the conduits. Alex studied the network, noticing how subtle changes they had implemented over the past days had improved efficiency and balance. He could see how every adjustment they made resonated throughout the city, making the energy flow smoother, brighter, and more harmonious. Leora began to explain the demonstration to the gathered citizens, describing how the city's energy systems worked, the delicate balance required to maintain harmony, and how collaboration had allowed them to improve efficiency while respecting the natural world. Alex listened quietly, noting the attention and curiosity of the crowd. Zorathians were intelligent and thoughtful, but some had been skeptical about human involvement. Today, they would see the results firsthand. Alex stepped forward as Leora gestured for the energy demonstration to begin. Streams of light began to flow through the central conduits, brighter and more balanced than ever. Holographic projections displayed energy usage, efficiency, and flow in real time, showing the impact of the small adjustments they had made together. The crowd watched in awe as the city's energy system responded instantly to their combined input, glowing with perfect harmony. "This is extraordinary," a citizen whispered to their companion. "I have never seen such balance. The city hums like a living being." Alex turned to Leora, who was watching the reactions of her people. Her eyes sparkled with pride and relief. "They are seeing it," she said softly. "They understand now," Alex nodded. "It's amazing to see, and it's thanks to your vision as well as our collaboration." The demonstration continued, with Alex and Leora making small adjustments in real time, ensuring the flow remained perfect. The citizens watched, fascinated by the way their city responded so fluidly. Children pointed in delight, and even skeptical officials began to nod in approval. At one point, a minor fluctuation appeared in one of the outer conduits, a small ripple in the otherwise perfect system. Alex moved quickly, analyzing the flow and identifying the cause. "This conduit needs slight realignment," he said, pointing. "It's minor, but it will improve overall efficiency." Leora nodded, her hands moving over the controls. Together, they corrected the fluctuation. The energy stream stabilized instantly, brighter than before. A soft cheer rose from the crowd, and Alex felt a thrill of accomplishment. He had not only helped fix a problem, but had demonstrated the value of human creativity and problem-solving to an entire civilization. "You did it," Leora said softly, turning to him. "Once again, your perspective has improved what we thought flawless. I am grateful." Alex shook his head modestly. "It's teamwork, nothing else." The demonstration concluded with the city glowing in perfect harmony. Citizens clapped and cheered, many approaching Alex and Leora to express their admiration. Even the council officials who had doubted human involvement came forward, nodding respectfully and acknowledging the success of the collaboration. "This is a new era for Zorathia," one official said. "The human contribution has shown us possibilities we could not have imagined. We are grateful." Alex felt a deep sense of pride, not just for himself, but for humanity. They had shown that human ingenuity, adaptability, and collaboration could contribute meaningfully to a civilization far more advanced than their own. And he had done it alongside Leora, whose brilliance and openness had made it possible. As the crowd dispersed, Leora led Alex to a quiet balcony overlooking the glowing city. The lights flowed like rivers of liquid gold, reflecting the harmony of the systems they had perfected. "You know," Leora said softly, "when I first called for human assistance, I did not expect someone like you to arrive. Someone who could see patterns, offer solutions, and connect with me as you have." Alex looked at her, feeling a warmth in his chest. "I didn't expect to find a friendship either, or a partnership like this, but I'm glad I did." Leora smiled, her eyes reflecting the city's glow. "You have taught me something important, Alex. That progress is not only about technology or knowledge, but about trust, collaboration, and the willingness to see beyond tradition. Together, humans and Zorathians can achieve remarkable things." Alex nodded. "And you've taught me that even the most advanced technology and the most beautiful city can benefit from a fresh perspective. That's what makes exploration worth it, learning, adapting, and discovering new ways to grow together." For a long moment, they stood in silence, gazing at the city they had improved together. The partnership they had built was strong, founded on trust, respect, and curiosity. Alex realized that this experience had changed him, not only as an engineer and explorer, but as a person capable of connecting with another world in meaningful ways. "Alex," Leora said finally, breaking the quiet, "I hope you will stay for a while longer. There is still so much to explore, so much to improve, and so many discoveries awaiting us." "I'd like that," Alex replied, There's so much I want to learn from you and this world, and I think I have more to offer as well. Leora's smile deepened. Then let us continue together. Over the next few days, Alex and Leora worked closely, refining the city's systems, exploring new energy designs, and testing innovative solutions. Each improvement brought the city closer to perfect harmony, and each collaboration strengthened their bond. Citizens began to see humans as valuable allies, and even other Zorathian engineers and scientists began to seek Alex's advice. One evening, as they rested on the palace balcony, Alex reflected on the journey. He had arrived expecting a mission, a problem to solve, and a challenge to meet. Instead, he had found friendship, respect, and a glimpse of what could happen when different worlds worked together. You know, Leora, he said, this city is incredible, but what makes it truly extraordinary is the people, your people, and the way they are willing to learn and adapt. And you make it even more remarkable. Leora looked at him, her eyes soft and thoughtful. And you make it brighter, Alex. You remind us that creativity, curiosity, and openness are not limited to our species. Humans have much to teach us, and I hope we can continue learning from each other. As the twin suns rose again, casting a gentle light across the palace, Alex felt a deep sense of purpose. He had come to Zorathia as a visitor, but he had become a partner, a friend, and a symbol of what humanity could offer. Through ingenuity, collaboration, and trust, he had helped improve a civilization far more advanced than his own. And in that moment, he knew that this was only the beginning. Zorathia had secrets yet to reveal, challenges yet to face, and discoveries yet to share. With Leora at his side, he was ready for whatever came next, knowing that together they could achieve extraordinary things. As they watched the glowing city below, Alex realized that humanity's ingenuity, curiosity, and adaptability could shine anywhere, even among the stars, and that trust and collaboration could create bonds that transcended worlds. And so Alex Mercer, human engineer and explorer, stood beside Princess Leora, knowing that the adventure of discovery, friendship, and shared growth would continue far beyond this moment. Zorathia had welcomed him, challenged him, and changed him, and together they had shown that humanity's potential was limitless when combined with openness, respect, and the willingness to learn. For the first time, Alex truly understood what it meant to be part of something greater than himself. And he smiled, ready to embrace every discovery, every challenge, and every moment of wonder that awaited on this extraordinary planet. The stars above twinkled faintly, as if in acknowledgement, and the city hummed in perfect harmony, a testament to the power of cooperation, curiosity, and the human spirit.